It was supposed to be the biggest investment in the province's history, but Petronas is pulling the plug on its $36 billion LNG mega project on the North Coast. It was estimated 4,500 jobs would have been created during the construction phase, and 630 workers would have been needed to operate the facility. But now it's dead. Keith Baldry explains the reasons behind the decision.
Earlier today, Petronas contacted our government and told us that the Pacific Northwest LNG facility is not proceeding.
And so, less than a week into its existence, the new NDP government waves goodbye to a vast mega project that had the potential to create thousands of jobs and billions of dollars of revenue. The NDP has firmly opposed this project in the past, but today the new energy minister didn't want to be seen as being particularly happy that it's now officially dead and stuck to a pre-written script.
I am looking forward to being on the phone later today with all of our LNG stakeholders, as well as First Nations who are impacted by this decision, and reassuring them that I'm looking forward to working with them.
But others were more direct in their reaction. The environmental activists are ecstatic the project is over.
To know that this project is no longer a threat to the communities along the Skeena River or the global climate, it's a massive win.
The LNG industry, meanwhile, is still optimistic other LNG projects will proceed.
I'm focusing on the positives, and the positives are that we have 7 remaining members of the BC LNG Alliance that are focusing on developing their projects and moving them towards final investment decision.
But the party that has championed LNG for years tied the project's failure to the NDP's opposition to much of the resource sector and warned there would be province-wide implications.
You have a glut of LNG in this world, absolutely. But it doesn't mean they're not building LNG projects in the world. They just won't be investing in British Columbia. They're going to take their capital, invest in LNG projects somewhere else.
And a former First Nations leader who backed LNG and who is now a BC Liberal MLA said many First Nations bands will be the biggest losers from today's announcement.
The North was going to provide an economic boom for British Columbia. It would have changed the face of British Columbia. It would have lifted everybody up out of the unemployment that we're seeing right now in Kitimat Terrace. Very disappointed in this.
All right, let's bring Keith in now for more on this. What kind of impact could this have, Keith, on other projects in BC?
Well, yeah, Petronas says they made its decision based on market conditions. They just haven't got any better for LNG. So other LNG companies presumably have the same concerns. But keep in mind, the NDP is the greenest government in Canadian history. It has tied itself very strongly to fighting climate change, one of its top priorities. That has significant implications for all kinds of industries, notably the natural resource sector in BC. So I think investors are going to be wary of necessarily coming to BC when you couple the now fight against climate change, which again has implications for those industries, and strengthened rights and views of First Nations in terms of their powers when it comes to decision making. So this is the first of what could be a number of revisits of investments.
All right, we'll see what happens, Keith. Thank you.